Hello, so today we're doing a makeup tutorial and we will be discussing stage makeup. So what we're going to be doing is just the basic stage makeup. We're going to have like foundation and the contour. I'm wearing Cinderella makeup right now. That's not what we're doing. So my lovely face model here, Brooke, will be our dummy that we're going to be makeuping. So before you start, what you need to do is you need to have some sort of lotion on your face. Either do it at night or first thing in the morning so it dries and it doesn't mess up your makeup. It just keeps you looking smooth and even and makes your face less oily, even though that doesn't make sense, but it actually does. So I like to use Cetaphil, which is backwards for you guys, but Cetaphil is really, really good. I highly recommend it. Okay, after you do that, then you really need to add some primer to your face, like makeup primer. You don't have to do it, but it's just like a little tube and it's clear kind of, and you just need a tiny little pea-size amount and it just covers your whole face and it makes the makeup stick better. We have already done this.
For y'all, it's Lipitus. Okay.
Okay.
She told me to be quiet, but I'm not a quiet person.
So what we're going to start with is we're using Ben Nye makeup today, which is very, very good makeup. And, okay, so this is Ben Nye, and on the back says Brooke. This is the fair lightest shade that we're using. You could also use this shade, which is ultra beige. They have olive, they have all different skin tones. You just need to go in and wherever they sell Ben Nye at any like dance store or like costume shop. Lots of costume and Halloween stores have Ben Nye. Okay, so we're starting with the foundation. And so what we're going to do is, and this is pretty simple, but
you know,
got to do it all. Okay, so we're just taking our cute little makeup sponge wedge and we're just going to completely cover her entire face. And this stuff is going to be darker than your normal street makeup that you wear every day. And it's meant to do that so you don't look washed out on stage. So if you don't have this nice Ben Nye stuff, then what you need to do is just either find a cheap, because it can be kind of expensive, you can just find a cheap kind of street makeup that's like a shade darker. So, as you can see, we're just covering every single nook and cranny, and we're not passing her line of demarcation right here, because like the neck and the head are always like a different color, but if you pass that line, then you'll start to look streaky, and you do not want to have streaks. And you're getting the eyebrows too, because eyebrows disappear, at least redheads do.
Mine are penciled in right now, that's why you can see them.
Okay. I'm getting the mouth and the nose and every single nook and cranny. You can do this before you do your eye makeup.
I just happen to have it on now.
I tend to like to do the eye makeup last, after we put on our setting powder. Okay.
Just this.
So here, lean in so you can see. So you can see that it's, I mean, you can't really see that well, but it's completely
It's smooth.
It's smooth and it's completely covering her entire face. So after we do that, then this is where it gets complicated, so pay attention. So now we're using our contour palette, and there are lots of different shades. I'm going to tell you what they're for. So these two right here, you can use, the top two, you can use for your natural lip color. I'm wearing this one right now. It's a little pink in the camera, but it's not actually that pink in real life. And it just highlights your natural lip tone, and it's very matte. It's not glossy at all, so it gives it a more natural look. And then these two right here are what we're going to be using for the contour. So the light one is the highlight, and it makes everything on stage bolder, and that's what people are going to see. And then the brown one is what adds shadow, so if you have like a really, really big nose, like I do, then the more of it you add, then it'll like disappear, and I'm gonna show you where to put them. So what we do is we take the edge right here of your makeup wedge, and you're just gonna get it inside right here, the little brown stuff. So it's perfectly, let's get close so they can see. Okay, and Brooke's gonna make a fish face.
It's hard with braces.
Okay, and turn to the side, and you see how there's like, there's a line here that you're going to follow, and it's going to start from right here where your ear is. Okay, so we're just going to start here, and we're drawing this line all the way up. Okay, and then I'm not going to blend it just yet. And then we got to do the same thing on the other side, so get a little more makeup. And it's really hard from this angle, but we're just doing the exact same thing on this side. And it's a straight line, but here, make sure that's even. Yeah, so that's pretty even, if you can see. And we're going to blend it in a second, but right now I just want to show you where the lines are going to be. Okay, so after that, then you're going to get still the brown.
You do all of one color first.
Yeah. So right up here on her forehead, we're going to start here, and we're just going to do little triangles. I'm going to do it, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so you see how it's kind of like a little triangle, and it comes to a point. It doesn't come to a very good point on her face.
It's a lopsided triangle.
It's a lopsided triangle, but that's basically what it's going to be, and we're going to fill in that up here. Okay, then we're still doing the brown. And now we're going to do these two the sides of her nose. So we're going to start here and there. So if you can see on both sides of her nose. Then the last one we're going to do is going to be right here. And it's just going to follow that natural, the natural crease of your face. And it doesn't have to go down real far. The more you blend it, like, the better. Yeah, and we can always blend it and make it go away. And if you ever mess up any of it, you can try and wipe it off with a makeup wipe, or you can just like try and blend it again with your foundation. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like for the brown, for the shadow. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, should I blend it and then do the highlight? Yeah, we're going to do that. So right now we're just going to blend it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to have soft little circle motions like this. And we don't want it to stand out too much. So as you can see, it's really, really dark right now. So I can use the foundation side of my sponge just to kind of make a little bit of it go away and to make it more natural looking. So we're doing that. And then you see it's still bold, but it's not as bold as it was. So now let's do this side. You know what I'm doing. I know you can't see. Okay, so we're just doing the same circular motion. And see, this one we didn't get as much as we did before, so we don't have to blend it as much as the other one. Okay.
It looks like my sideburns are really big.
And if you don't blend them that well at first, then you can always, we're going to add blush, and then that'll make, you can blend it in with that. So what this does is this just accentuates your
cheekbones.
Your cheekbones. It makes them just a little higher, and it
the
just
highlight
defines
is
your face so you don't look like a white blob on stage.
The highlight brings out your cheekbones right there.
Right. Okay, so we're just going to do the same thing with this one up here, and we're pulling it up. We're not bringing it down. We're pushing it up. So turn your head so they can see. So we're just doing that same motion, and we're trying to make it even and blend. See, this is why your hair should be. So if it gets in your hair, do that. That's what happens. If it gets in your hair sometimes. Okay, so turn this way. We're just going to do this side. Make sure they can see. Just don't move your head. Okay. So now you can see. And sometimes, like, Brooke has a really, really big forehead. So,
thanks.
So the further you bring it down, the smaller it's going to make your forehead look.
Whether you want it big or small.
So, and it's hard to see, but there's a little point right here. They can kind of see it. That makes it worse. You can't see it. Okay. I'll take a picture and post it. That might be easy. Okay, so then we're going to do the nose. And we're not going to go up into the eyebrows. We're just going to try and get it.
Oh.
We're just going to try and get it right here. Right on the side of the nose. Not going
Ow.
onto the bridge. We're not covering the whole nose. We're just getting the side of it.
Be careful.
Oh,
Ow.
am I getting your eye?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez.
Okay,
Oh.
other side. It's easier to do on yourself than someone else.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe I should have done this video of me doing it. Okay.
You already have yours on.
So now her nose is a little bit darker on both sides.
It'll be more obvious with the highlight.
You guys can probably see mine. I still have that here. Okay, I don't really have the nose as much. Okay, and then last but not least, of course, the chin. And the chin doesn't have to be really, really obvious. It just needs to be a little bit of a shadow so you don't look like you have a massive chin. Okay. And see, and after you're done, you can add a little bit more. See, her nose needs a little more right here because it's really hard to see. Look at them.
Would stab me in the eye, it'd be easier.
So, okay. That looks pretty good. And you just make sure it's all evenly blended. Okay, so now that we're done with that, I have to find a little brush. Okay, so oh, thanks. Just to clarify, this is street makeup, CoverGirl, regular foundation, and this is Ben Nye foundation, and this is thicker and it's smoother, and it looks better. I'd use it every day. Except
so
I would look
expensive.
like, yeah, it's really expensive. Okay, so now, and you can get all this in like a little tiny personal kit. Zizos has it.
I don't know if that's a national thing.
I don't either.
It's
Anyway.
in Colorado Springs.
Anyway,
That's where we are.
so now we're doing the highlight. So you're gonna take your nice, cute little brush. You can see it's very thin on that side, has a very fine point, and you're just gonna pretty much cover it in the highlight. It's brand new, so it doesn't have a lot. Okay, and so I'm gonna do the lines so you guys can see it. So first, what we're going to do is the nose right here. And it's just going to be, and you can use your finger. I use my finger more than a brush, but the brush makes it more precise. Okay? Just continually reapply as you need. Coming up here.
We call this the tree.
It's the cute little tree. And we're just making a little tree, and we're going to blend all this in a second. Okay? And so it comes down to the tip of your nose. Here, on this part of your nose. Right here, right down to your lip.
And not in your lip.
Not in your lip. Okay. Now that's that part. Now we're doing the eyes.
Oh, you do.
Oh, right. And you do just a little bit right there. Okay, so it's just one straight line down, and then it fans out like a tree. Okay, so now look up. I'm sorry, with your eyes. Okay, look up with your eyes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to draw triangles with the thin side here getting fatter right there. Okay? So it's going to start pretty much right here on the eye. And then we're just drawing a little triangle. Doesn't have to be that big. And we'll fill it in a second. This way. Okay. Here, get a little closer. See? Okay. So there's that. And then what you're going to do here, keep looking up, is you're going to just fill that in. Right here. And I like to blend the highlights with
shadows.
I like to blend the highlights with my finger instead of the brush. The brush is better for application. So now what we're going to do is we're just kind of smearing it and blending it in. And you can use your little wedge, but I find it to be easier to use the finger. So we're just blending it in with the side. Blending this a little bit. Making sure that it's not too bold, because if it's too bold, then you'll look painted up on the stage. Okay, look up with your face. Okay, and we're just doing this highlight right down here. And let's make sure eyes look so pretty. Sorry.
That's it with you and eyes.
Okay, put down here.
This is why Kim Kardashian does.
Yeah,
Contour
Kim
every day.
Kardashian does this.
I think.
For sure she does. Okay. And see, now we can take our little makeup sponge and just kind of make sure everything is even. Okay. Okay. Now what we need is blush, but I don't think you have any. Do you? Where? Do you? Oh, look, here's some
Nope,
blush.
that's mine.
That's not blush. I don't have blush. Okay, so
Whatever.
if you did have blush, which we don't actually have blush, what you would do,
Let's pretend this is blush.
just pretending, this little thing is blush right here, you would just find your contour line that you've done your cheekbones, and you're just going to blend it right along, just slightly above it.
Ridiculous.
Right above it.
You forgot the highlights. Here.
There are no highlights there.
Yes, there are.
You're wrong. Okay. So then your
You
eyebrows.
put them there. Whatever.
Then your eyebrows with your cute little eyebrow pencil. You're just gonna color. And there are lots of different ways out there that you can do this. This is the most basic and the simplest way. I'm doing it slow so you guys can see.
There we go.
Yeah, it's easier.
That makes my whole face look better.
Okay, so you can see the darkness of the nose here and the highlight here, the highlight under her eyes. Turn your face a little, and you can see the dark up here.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, so you can
cover
see
blush.
Yeah, and so that's pretty much it.
And then you.
Oh, and last but not least, and this is very important because you do not want anything to smear
Or sweat
on
off.
stage because we know theater people sweat. So the next thing that you're gonna do is your translucent powder. Y'all can't read this. I don't know why I'm holding it up. It's just this little tiny bottle, and it's powder, and you don't have to use Ben Nye. That just happens to be what we have in your little powdery brush. And you're just going to take it. You're gonna flip it. Once you have a nice little circle, you're just going to gently pat all over the face, completely covering every single bit of it. Okay? Am I forgetting anything?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so just recap.
Contour for dummies.
No,
you guys
for
are smart.
beginners.
You guys
For
are smart. I'm
beginners.
sorry.
So, just as a recap for the brown, you do the triangle here, the sides of the nose, the little chin crease, and the sides right here. For the highlight, the white stuff, you're just going to do the straight line all the way down here, and the little fancy tree, and the triangles right under your eyes. Okay, so let's give them a picture of the final. This is the final.
Oh, I almost fell.
The final product. Turning.
Let me do the shade thing again. Let's see. It doesn't really help. The lighting here sucks.
Yeah, the lighting's bad, but it's.
But that's
You
okay.
can. I mean, you can still be.
You can tell. You can tell.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed our educational video. Good luck.